You are listening to a True North Eager Beaver media podcast. The True North Eager Beaver podcasts are proudly brought to you by our founding sponsors, the Miss V Mysteries from Corvid Moon Publishing, your source for science fiction, fantasy, and cozy mysteries featuring a broad diversity of characters. CanadianTarot.com, your uniquely Canadian online eclectic tarot community and forum, and the Pepper Master, hot pepper sauces made from fresh farm ingredients to thrill your taste buds and expand your mind. Well, hello, kids, and welcome to Season 3 and episode number 155 of the Daily Beaver Morning Show here on the Crier Media Network. Today, recording day is Tuesday, I will assume, July 4th. Happy Independence Day to any American kids and cubs who happen to be listening to us. Hope that you have some wonderful celebrations today. 2023, and it looks like it's going to be a gorgeous day here at the Beaver Lodge, judging by the sunlight coming through the window and hitting my face. I'm your host, the Eager Beaver, pronouns he, him, hey, Mr. Beaver, eh? And with me as always is my dear friend, Mr. Grizzly. Lovely to see you, sir. Of course, a big thank you goes to our podcast's founding sponsors, the Pepper Master, the Miss V Mysteries from Corvid Moon Publishing, and CanadianTarot.com. We have a Tuesday morning nibble, but first, Mr. Grizzly, how's your mental health today?
It's a little off. I spent most of yesterday asleep. Like, I literally slept most of the day yesterday. I was just physically exhausted. I think I'm just, my vacation starts on Friday, and I desperately need it. I need the break. I'm wiped out, and I need to not have to worry about anything but just this,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm a little off today. Also, tomorrow is significant, so that always affects me in a strange way too. So I don't know. I just make it through the day. That's all I can do. Take my meds, smile as much as possible, and do the best I can around to, with, and for everyone that I encounter today.
All right. I'll send you a little good energy there. Seeing the kits go, ooh, look at that hair. Yeah. I don't know what's been happening in the last 24 hours, but I've got I should do shampoo commercial hair.
It's getting into David Wallace territory, or what?
Listen, it's falling, it's angling, it's picking up the light, it's got luster. I don't know what I did. It's actually behaving. I'm running with it. Good morning to all the kits here. Kit Sadeka, Kit Ellen, Kit Tavi G, Kit Jillian. Lovely to see you today. Kit Linda M, Kit Elaine. Hello. Kit Jen. Hello, my dear. Lovely to see you. Hope you had a wonderful birthday and hope the twins did as well. Kit, Jen, Kit James is with us. Good morning. Nice to see you. Kit Mike H. Lovely, lovely, love you. Douglas looks like the Saddam got a makeover. Yeah, he keeps on trying to say
Sure.
I'm Saddam. I keep on telling him I'm Saddam.
Saddam.
You know, when you watch a soap
There's a
opera and you
difference.
see the evil twin, the long lost
Yeah,
evil,
Saddam.
I'm the good twin, the long lost good twin, Saddam.
Yeah. Or Sodom. Isn't that how George Bush
Oh,
used to say it? Sodom?
oh,
Saddam
that's
Hussein?
going there. No, no, no. I
Well,
will not. I will not go there.
yeah, I guess there's a bit of a double entendre there that was not even intended on my part when I said it. It's like, no, that's what George Bush. Oh,
Oh,
right.
yeah. No, 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 no. We are not doing that. No, no,
Nope.
nope, nope. Um, uh, I wanted to have because yesterday we had a bit of a heavy show. I wanted to have something a little lighter today. We had Canada Day
Yeah.
celebrations, and there
I
was
could use some lightness, please.
okay.
I really could. The heaviness is getting to me. So yeah, let's lighten the load today, please,
Okay.
sir. I
Um,
appreciate that.
I wanted to. I have some clips from things that aired on TV from Canada Day celebrations that stuck with me because I had to stay in this year. So,
Hmm, hmm.
and it's really interesting how much focus there was on the "it doesn't matter who you love" part
Yeah.
of it. It was there in every single message, and even in one of the numbers at the beginning, there were two people singing a song to each other with verses in English and in French, a man
Hmm,
and a woman, but they had two people dancing back doing lyrical dance, and it was two guys, and
hmm.
it was both very athletic at certain moments, what you could see, because of course the cameras were focusing on the singers, so you can only see them in a couple of shots here and there,
Right.
because but also like tender and supportive, and so it was like, interesting,
Hmm,
just interesting. There's like these little touches that like maybe other people wouldn't notice, right? They just like notice the athleticism. Oh, that's kind of cool. But it's like, as a gay man, considering the month we just had, it's like,
yeah.
okay, I'm seeing all those little we see yous, the little
Hmm.
winks. Um,
Little acknowledgments.
yeah, little acknowledgments, exactly. Yeah. But it seemed like there was like a very big effort to make that like everywhere where that could be mentioned or highlighted in
Mm.
some way, it was.
Well, you're going to be surprised to hear this from me because it's the first time in my life I did not. I didn't venture down to the market. I didn't go to the hill. I didn't watch any television coverage, and I was in bed at 9 p.m. on Saturday. I was that tired. Um, I didn't see any fireworks. I was just wiped out. I was just exhausted, and I think the amount of hours I've been putting in have starting to take their toll on me physically and possibly a little emotionally. So it's like, yeah, this is going to be a well earned, well deserved vacation that I can hopefully recharge on. Yesterday was a recharge day, but I think I could use some more sleep.
Oh,
Hmm.
sorry.
I could use a little more sleep.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to start with one thing. This one is not as much on the light side, but something I really liked. The ceremony started with a moment of reflection, and when we
Hmm.
say moment, I mean we mean a moment,
Right.
like not 30 seconds of reflection, not 1 minute of reflection. This is like about 20 minutes of reflection.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Well, we're not going to air
Yeah.
that.
Pardon?
We can't air 20
No,
minutes
no,
of
no, no, no,
reflection.
no, not here 20 minutes. But I encourage people to go see it. So the day started with a moment of reflection led by the three. God, I wish I could remember what the word. It's not the three branches. There's a specific word. And
Hmm.
I can't remember it.
It's not
If
tribes.
somebody knows it, but of the the three indigenous groups, First Nation,
Hmm.
Inuit, and Métis. Um, so there was a representative of each of these groups to have a moment of reflection, and all of them focused on the climate in their
Oh.
messages. So this is the representative from the First Nations, um, and it's not very long. This
Hmm.
bit that I'm highlighting, um, But she basically asks the question.
Okay.
All right.
What have you done to care for, to love, and to protect your mother, the earth, the natural life? What have you done? I pray we all open our eyes, our hearts to the reality, and do our part, the best that we can, to help the lands to heal for the love of life, love Mother Earth, love the natural life. With that, I say, Cruikshank, all my relations. I lost some of my words.
Very simple.
Mm-hmm.
Right? She just asks the question. What have you done?
Mm-hmm. It's a pretty good question.
Right. Now, the next little bit clip that I have, and I'm sorry, I'm going to have to just go on mute for a little second while I set it up.
Yeah, go ahead.
But,
I can keep babbling
but
here.
this is it only took a few seconds, but it's the Inuit elder speaking,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and just a moment of life's like that.
Okay.
It
I will.
happens.
Sure. I'll play along. I have
Okay,
no idea what you're about to show me here, so
I'll be right with you in a second.
uh, I'll wait and see what you have to put up on offer. Yeah, I don't know what has taken place on Earth in the last couple of days. I've basically been under the radar, trying to recharge, recoup, and realize that yeah, I couldn't have planned this time off better. I really am taking time off when I desperately need it. I haven't taken time off in the summer since 1985. Literally, I have not taken time off since then in the summer. If I take if I went for years, I went one stretch 8 years with no vacation, another stretch 5 years with no vacation, and I only took it off in the fall. So you got some stuff for us, good sir?
I do. All right.
Okay,
So this
load
is
this up.
the Inuit elder, and like I said, just somewhere along the way, she's gonna just casually mention something, and it's like, oh yeah, I guess life's like that sometimes.
And I can't talk about the land without talking about the ice, the snow, and the water, because that's who we are. To Inuit, the land brings food, material for our traditional clothing, material for practicing our traditional lifestyle, like the hulik hair, which couldn't keep lighted because of the wind. It also brings healing and inner peace. We are a part of the land. Our traditional lifestyle is still alive and well.
Just too much wind.
So,
Can't light the hulik. Sometimes life's just like that. And she just
well,
casually rolls with it. I like that little smile of the corner of the mouth.
mm,
Try as I might. So that was just, sometimes a little moment. And then the third representative, and again, I'm going to have to go out with you, is from the Métis community. And she brings it home.
okay.
Let's just say it that way.
Curious to see. Okay. Have you got it queued up and ready to go, or are you
Yeah,
going to
just give
change
me
it up
one
there?
second and I'll cue it right up.
Okay, no problem. I'm going to have to get some more coffee here in a minute because my mug is rather low on the brewed steamed bean that gives me the lifeblood that I need first thing in the morning.
All right.
Ready to roll?
I am ready to roll.
Cart is a symbol of our relationship
Whoops.
to the land.
I went a little too far ahead.
Oh well, that's sometimes
go.
that happens.
Each
No worries.
season provides different offerings that sustain us physically and spiritually. The Red River Cart is a symbol of our relationship to the land. This simple yet ingenious cart played a crucial role in our history, allowing us to travel across the vast and varied terrain of our homeland. Drawn by oxen, the cart was essential for survival, enabling our ancestors to transport themselves and goods across long distances. For us, the land is not something to conquer or to exploit, but to respect and to nurture. We understand the delicate balance between taking from the land and giving back to it. We listen to the land, the whispers, the echoes, the melody, and sometimes the silence. We observe the land, its beauty, its offerings, its pain and struggles. We live in harmony with nature and recognize the interconnection between all living beings and Mother Earth. We use the land's offerings in a sustainable manner, ensuring those gifts are everlasting. When harvesting berries, we leave some behind for the other beings that rely on them. When gathering plants, medicines, and sacred items, we take them with gentle hands, leaving enough for the plants to regenerate and thrive. If we hunt an animal for food, we use all parts of the animal for food, clothing, tools, and art. By caring for and nurturing the land, we show gratitude and respect to Mother Earth. We know that our well-being is tied to the health and the strength of the land. In today's world, as our Earth faces unprecedented environmental challenges, we can all learn from these Métis teachings and wisdom. We should listen, observe, and connect with the land, understanding its sacredness and our responsibility to protect it. The land and our connection to it are important to our identity as people of the Métis Nation. I hope this teaching has given you a renewed awareness and respect for the land. Consider reflecting on your own connection to the land that you walk upon and how you can become a guardian to the earth. Let us work together to protect, honor, and preserve the planet for the well-being of all and future generations. Marcy, hi.
Now, what's her name? I'm not familiar
Drove
with
it
her.
home.
I've never seen her before.
I do not know. I believe the names were announced at the beginning. I had not noted
Okay.
them, but I can
No worries.
look that up. No, I can look
Yeah.
that up and get it to you.
Just curious.
Yeah. So yeah, that opened, and we're at. Let's see. That started. So it was about 14 minutes of teachings
Okay.
to start the ceremony. So like not, lip service. Not. It was a moment.
Yeah. Well, as you know, Canada Day is my favorite day of the year, right?
Mm-hmm.
I say that because I've lived in Ottawa for most of my life, and it's been a big party from day one. And this year was the first year I really didn't. I went to a Canada Day brunch, and we did the podcast, but I didn't go crazy this year. And I didn't have the energy for it. Mostly is what it boils down to. But I've had a lot of commentary from a lot of people recently as we shouldn't be celebrating. We shouldn't be celebrating because of what's the past and what's been done. And I'm like, and I understand where that emotion is coming from.
Mm-hmm.
I understand, and I fully embrace it. But here's where it gets complex. I don't own anything. I'm a tenant on this land. I rent. I'm what would be called a colonial settler. Except I had no say in where I was born when I was born. I had no say in the fact that I was born white, cis-het, and male any more than I did where I was born. I like to celebrate this country on Canada Day because we can do better. Canada is a dream. And let's not let the dream slip away. We have to make amends for past mistakes, but I am not personally responsible for those mistakes, and I don't apologize for that. I didn't do it. I think our government needs to make amends, and I know that they've been in the process of doing it for quite some time. But it's complex. It's a complex issue, and like I said, I'm going to continue to celebrate Canada Day. And if you don't, I'm fine with that. And I don't mean you personally, Mr. Beaver. I mean just, anybody watching or listening. If you don't, I'm fine with that. You don't have to celebrate. You're not forced to. If it's a day of quiet, solemn reflection for you because of the past sins that have been visited upon the First Nations and Indigenous peoples of this country, well then I have no issue with that whatsoever. I'm celebrating what we can be and where we're going. I don't want to celebrate our past because we've got a lot of skeletons in that closet. I want to celebrate our future, and that's what Canada Day is for me. It's trying to realize that dream.
Mm.
It's moving towards something better. Let's go forward, not go back. We can't go back. Back is not good. Forward motion always.
Yeah, for me, it's not even that complicated. Like I said, James says celebrating Canada Day is a subjective experience, and that really is. And for me, it's no more complicated than being very, very grateful that I won the genetic lottery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That of all the countries in the world that I could be born in, it was this one at the time that I was born in, and that I'm able to have this life, and it doesn't get more complicated than that for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to celebrating Canada Day personally. But like you say, I have all day. I have all the time in the world to hold space with someone for whom that's not the case.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because their reality is different.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully, what you're saying with where we're going, hopefully there will be a day where both of us, not you and me, but those of us who are happy to celebrate Canada Day and those of us who are a little less or do not celebrate it, can at least come together at the point of, but look where we're going, and maybe there will be a day where we can celebrate it together.
Well, if I'm gonna let's try and organize a get together with as many kits and cubs as possible for next year on Canada Day. I think we should try and do that if we can. And the reason I say it is, if you've never experienced Canada Day in Ottawa, you've never fully experienced Canada Day and what it's meant to be. And where I'm going with this is, as I know you've seen it 100 million times. Well, okay, maybe not 100 million times, but at least 50 times. Is that Canada Day in Ottawa? The people who celebrate it the most. Don't look like me. It's the people who have come to this country for a better life. Recent immigrants, or in many cases, multi-generations of immigrants, they celebrate Canada Day more than anybody because of the gratitude they have for the opportunity to come here and live here and make a better life for themselves. Yeah, we got a checkered past, and we're gonna have to continue to make up for it. But it's again, for me, it's the moving forward part that's important. If you haven't seen the celebration in the streets of 100,000 people just being happy to live here, then you've not seen Canada Day properly yet.
And as we keep on saying on the show, and as we keep on being reminded when we talk about the Indigenous Canadians, Indigenous community, it's not a monolith, right? We're talking about over 600 different First Nations just in the First Nation section of it, right? And we once had an Indigenous Minister of Justice who was offered one of the Indigenous portfolios, who turned it down, saying, "Listen, I fought against the Indian Act all my life. I can't possibly take this." And then we have Indigenous people like Justice Michelle Obomsawin, who took the position on the Supreme Court. Right? Everybody has a different path to how it is that we're going to get there, and a different role to play. And you need both, right? You need people that will work inside the system, and you need people that are militant outside the system, pressuring the system to change. You need both, right? Now, here's an image I want to show you before the next clip, Mr. Grizzly, because now there's somebody in this photo who is all kinds of fabulous.
Now, who is that?
Okay. You know who you know obviously who I'm talking about, right?
of course, but who is it?
Okay.
I don't know who that is. At least not from that
Okay.
photo.
Now, when we're talking about costume changes, this person has a costume change, and we see her later on in the ceremony. And we see her right about here. Hold on. All right. Let's try this.
Oh, is that the same woman?
Judge
No.
Suzanne Carrière.
Oh, right. Okay.
Today is a special day. In mere moments, the 17 of you will become Canadian citizens. Quelle journée spéciale pour vous. Vous êtes 17 personnes ici présentes qui deviendront citoyens canadiens et citoyennes canadiennes aujourd'hui. As citizens of this great nation, you get to enjoy incredible rights and privileges. En tant que citoyen canadien, vous profitez de droits et privilèges incroyables. You have the right to equality, regardless of your race, gender, religion, or sexual orientation. Embrace this right and promote a society that respects and values the uniqueness of each individual. You have the right to freedom of speech, allowing you to express your thoughts and opinions without fear. This freedom gives voice to your ideas, enabling you to actively participate in shaping the future of our society. Vous avez le droit de vote. La démocratie est au cœur de notre nation. Et en exerçant ce droit, vous veillez à ce que votre voix soit entendue et vos intérêts représentés. Vous avez le droit de pratiquer votre religion, vous permettant de suivre et d'observer votre foi. Ce droit garantit la liberté de croyance et de conscience qui sont des aspects fondamentaux de la dignité humaine. But as I'm sure you're aware, Canadian citizenship does come with responsibilities as well. Comme vous savez, ce droit s'accompagne également de responsabilités. You have the responsibility to respect and obey the laws of Canada. Upholding these laws fosters a just society, ensuring peace and harmony for everyone. You have the responsibility to learn about historical wrongs committed against Indigenous peoples and to actively engage in the process of healing and reconciliation. For many Indigenous people, this day in particular is a painful reminder of this country's colonial history and of ongoing systemic injustices. Let us build bridges of understanding and solidarity and dedicate ourselves to creating a Canada that truly embodies equality, justice, and respect for all. Vous avez la responsabilité de vous engager activement dans la communauté. Le Canada prospère grâce au bénévolat et à la participation civique. En contribuant, vous renforcez le tissu social de notre nation. Vous avez la responsabilité de respecter la diversité culturelle, ethnique, religieuse et linguistique du pays, en favorisant l'inclusion et en promouvant l'égalité des droits pour tous. Today, you'll join a diverse and vibrant tapestry of individuals who proudly call themselves Canadians. Embrace the rights and responsibilities that come with this privilege, and let us continue building a better, brighter future for Canada. I can't wait to see all that we can accomplish together. Aujourd'hui, vous allez rejoindre une mosaïque diversifiée de personnes qui se considèrent fièrement des Canadiens. Acceptez les droits et les responsabilités qui accompagnent ce privilège et assurons-nous d'un avenir meilleur et plus radieux pour le Canada. J'ai hâte de voir ce que nous pouvons accomplir ensemble.
Now, not everything was translated back and forth. So, she also talked about, the right to vote and the responsibility to be civically engaged, and to respect the diversity of Canada. But the portion about you have the responsibility to learn about our past is something new that's been added to the citizenship as a result of having, going through truth and reconciliation and UNDRIP and all of those types of things. And I just really liked this because, it's so nice to hear someone talk about our responsibilities as well. So whether you are a new citizen or an old stock citizen, Probably a good idea to get a little touch up on both your rights and your
Yeah,
responsibilities.
Civics 101.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. Civics 101.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big proponent of civics lessons, in case you didn't know that. Yeah, do you know anything about civics?
The mandates are provincial.
Yeah, I recently had a conversation with a friend of mine about that, and he's like, you know what, you were absolutely right. He goes, they were all provincial. I go, I know. All the premiers enacted all the shutdowns. That was all provincially. The only thing the federal government did was if you want to get on a plane or a train, and it's traveling, you have to be vaccinated. Protect the passengers, right? So they were protesting in the wrong city for the wrong reasons. And what was the big reason they were protesting? Because they couldn't drive into the United States of America, which is a border we don't control. Sorry. You got me going.
All right. Now, this is a little moment that the Prime Minister had. So let me put this one up that I really liked, and I will point out something when we're done.
Okie dokie.
Today marks the 156th anniversary of our great country. Some of you have ancestors that were here way before Confederation, and some of you arrived more recently, like the new Canadian citizens we just welcomed. Anthony, Armel, Sylvie, Alric, Anaël, Diane, Nicolas, Jolan or Joshua, Ralph, Jessica, Rana, Hala, Ibrahim, Youssef, Jude, Ghazal. Canada is now officially your home. Welcome, my friends. Bienvenue au Canada, un pays où les différences et la diversité sont célébrées, un pays où on est libre de vie, d'être qui on veut et d'aimer qui on aime, un pays où chacun a une chance réelle et égale de réussir, un pays où on reconnaît les erreurs du passé et où on travaille sans relâche pour bâtir un meilleur avenir pour tout le monde. My friends, the world and our country are facing incredible challenges right now. War has returned to Europe. Climate change is making extreme weather like wildfires, floods, and hurricanes even worse. Inflation, although it is getting better, is still putting real stress on families. But no matter the challenges we face, we will get through it the same way we always do, by staying true to our values. C'est en restant fidèles à qui nous sommes et à nos valeurs qu'on arrive à relever les défis. Des valeurs comme la compassion, l'engagement et la responsabilité. Values like justice, openness, and democracy.
Anybody notice something?
What, the comment about inflation? Or
No. The values listed in French were compassion, engagement, et la responsabilité. Compassion, engagement, and responsibility. In English, they were justice, openness, and democracy. Remember when I talk about the 34 sensitive chords of the Québécois, of French Canadians?
Mm-hmm.
This is a kind of code switching.
Okay, so he's that's done with intent.
Well, yes, he's speaking to francophones in their language and anglophones in their language.
Oh, that's effective leadership, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Each audience that you address is going to be different, so address them differently.
Mm-hmm. Just because there's deux langues, deux discours, right? Two languages, two discourses in the bad way. Like when PP talks in English about defunding the CBC, but won't say it in French when the conservatives talk about oil and gas in English, but energy in Quebec,
En français. Yeah.
right? Because they don't want to say oil and gas because that doesn't fly there. This is, again, we're talking about pulling on some emotional cords. So this is, do you know the culture?
Right.
Kind of interesting. And then
Effective leadership, I think, if you're addressing a different crowd, address them differently. I think it only makes sense.
exactly. How are we doing on time, Mr. Grizzly?
About 5 or 10 minutes.
Okay, then we'll do the wrap up of the show because I want to end. The Governor General had some stuff, but I'll save it for another moment.
Okay.
And I want to end it with how this thing ended, because there's two things. First, there's a moment of genuine emotion, and then there's something that happens that's kind of cheesy, but I like cheesy, so.
Okay, sure.
Right? It wasn't cheesy for the people doing it, I'm sure, but the staging and everything.
That was your interpretation.
Well, I can see how some people can, maybe, but I thought it was. I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff, so let's just put it that way.
Okay.
Right? So, kids, that's the end of this episode of the Daily Beaver Morning Show, because I will put it as the Easter egg because I need to set it up. We hope that you love listening to this because we love making this for you. Please, sharing is caring, and your word of mouth is priceless. So please tell everyone about us, because democracy is something that you do. Please donate to the Red Cross if you have the opportunity, because a lot of people are needing our help at the moment. If you like this podcast, you can find us on the Crier Media Network, as well as all Beaver Grizzly friendly platforms. Stars and reviews are greatly appreciated. And if you go to that squiggly thing at the bottom of the page, that brings you to our pod page where you can subscribe. And, well, you'll get everything that we have, audio, as soon as it's fresh off the bandwidth. So that's podpage.com/The True North Eager Beaver, lowercase letters, with a hyphen between each one of those words. We love to hear from you, so please reach us on our Facebook at True North Eager Beaver, our Twitter feed at True Eager, or by email at truenortheagerbeaver@gmail.com. And if you are listening to our True North Eager Beaver YouTube channel, please make like Elaine and smash those buttons, the subscription button and the like one. We can't do this without your kind and generous support. So if you feel that we've done a good job, well, the squiggly by Mr. Grizzly's head here is where you will find our coffee page. That's coffee, ko-fi.com/eagerbeaver if you're going there without the QR code. And that's where you will find our emergency hydration fund that keeps us well humected while we make this show for you. Humected.
You were reaching with that one.
I was, because I didn't want to say hydrated, because I already said hydrated, and I was like, humected. Well, here we go. I'm committed to the bit, so let's go. From the Beaver Lodge, this is your Eager Beaver saying, until next time, dear kids. It can be a tough world out there, so please be kind to and gentle with yourself. Mr. Grizzly, some words of wisdom?
Wow. I'm completely blank right now.
Okay.
like literally my mind went blank. I had a thought a minute ago and it's gone.
All right.
More coffee, maybe.
More coffee. More coffee is the wisdom of the day. All right, Mr. Grizzly, roll the credits, and then I'll set up the cheesy bit.
Okie dokie, here we go.
You are listening to a True North Eager Beaver media podcast. The True North Eager Beaver podcasts are proudly brought to you by our founding sponsors, the Miss V Mysteries from Corvid Moon Publishing, your source for science fiction, fantasy, and cozy mysteries featuring a broad diversity of characters. CanadianTarot.com, your uniquely Canadian online eclectic tarot community and forum. And the Peppermaster, hot pepper sauces made from fresh farm ingredients to thrill your taste buds and expand your mind.
All right, we're good to go.
To our newest Canadians, congratulations once again and welcome home. It was an honor and a privilege to be part of this ceremony with you today, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart, miigwech. Au nouveau Canadien et Canadienne, félicitations encore une fois et bienvenue chez vous. Ce fut un honneur et un privilège de participer en votre compagnie à la cérémonie d'aujourd'hui. Je vous remercie du fond du cœur. You'll now be singing O Canada for the very first time as Canadian citizens. This is now your national anthem, so sing it with pride. Vous chanterez le O Canada pour la toute première fois en tant que citoyen canadien et citoyenne canadienne. Alors chantez-le avec fierté.
Veuillez vous lever. Please rise for our national anthem, interprété par Sherilyn Toka.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land.
Oh, they're all mic'd. I didn't see that coming.
Love in all of us land. Car ton bras s'est porté l'épée, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée, tes plus brillants exploits. God keep us glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Well, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I could just see somebody going, "Oh my god, I can't believe they gave them mics." I'm all for it. I
loved it.
for it.
I loved it. Yeah.
So welcome to Canada. Welcome.
Hell yeah.
And all right, tomorrow we'll be back with some actual news. See
See you then.
you then.